the CPCA, or the Chinese Passenger Car Association, still forecasts, and they forecasted in April that they're going to see likely 8.5 million units of sales of NEVs this year. So that's a 30% increase from 2022. Now, if we compare it to 2021 and the year before that, where they had 100% growth, yes, it's slowing, but I think they'd still be the envy of Europe and United States markets with 8.5 million vehicles sold. So,
Hi, to who's got the edge, in your opinion, in this EV price war?
I think BYD, for sure. They have a number of products across a lot of price segments, and they're a machine. They're selling everything that they can build. As we saw in 2022, there were a number of companies that had some demand for their vehicles, but couldn't either get the chips or the supply chains right, and COVID was a big bugaboo and a big reason for that. But last year, Tesla and BYD were able to really keep operational efficiencies, and we saw that in sales volume. So I still see strength in BYD this year. And if, like as Maggie said, if Tesla does another price cut or two this year, I still see Tesla also being a pretty high volume seller.
And if this price war means that this is great for consumers and it's a buyer's market, then how would you characterize the demand profile in the mass market and in the higher end market moving forward?
So in the mass market, and let's call that sub 300,000 RMB, or about $45,000. Last year, over 90% of all vehicles sold were under 300,000 RMB, and of that, lion's share were Chinese brands. And so the Chinese domestic brands are dominating in the mass market vehicles, whether it's sedans or small crossovers. And we're seeing them double down this year with a recent announcement from Zeekr with the Zeekr X that's targeted directly at the Model Y, priced at 190,000 RMB. We also just saw a few days ago Buick with the E5 launching at around 230,000 RMB. So again, as you'd mentioned, this is a buyer's market. Now with the premium segment, ABB, Audi, BMW, and Benz were traditionally strong in that, but their EV products have been not as successful. And luckily, there haven't been that many domestic players in the premium space, with the exception of a Li Auto and a NIO. But that's going to be changing very soon. Hi-Fi is launching multiple products. We're going to see BYD enter the premium space with Yangwang at 1 million RMB. And so what used to be dominated by the Germans, I think we're also going to see the Chinese EV makers really start to elbow their way and take share from the premium foreign automakers in China this year.